Happy New Week. It's another lovely Sunday. Welcome to the Financial Diet Show with me, Mama Bima, Kenya. If you've not yet subscribed to our channel, pause this video, click subscribe, and remember to ring the bell button so that you get notified every time we post a new video. In this week's episode, we'll be looking at the personal debt crisis in our country, especially amongst Kenyan women. And I came across what I would call a very sad article on this Saturday Nation. Guys, I want us to go through just snippets from this article because, trust me, this is sad. So this article is by Simon Mburu and it's titled Debt Trap: Ensnared by Loans, Women Turn to Suicide. This article starts with this introduction. Loans are pushing a large number of women into a trap far deeper than the financial mess they were already in. Hounded and humiliated by recovery agents, a number are dying by suicide. Okay, and it starts by sharing the story of Esther, who's a personal assistant and a single mom of 3. And she says, I earn 56,000 net salary and I have a bank loan that deducts 25k per month. Okay, my expenses are too much. When the bank deducts at the end of the month, I top up the loan to run for another 3 months. Okay, this has become my cycle. Sometimes I borrow money from friends and family. I am just really tired of always paying this loan. Help. Okay, the second story is by Joyce. And Joyce says she has a car loan of 700,000. This loan is in default and needs to be cleared or the car will get repossessed in the next 2 months. My bank is willing to give me a loan of 1.2 million, but I can't access it as I'm already listed on CRB with loans amounting to 200,000 that I have defaulted on. Okay, I feel like I'm losing my mind. So the third story that I'll share from this article is from Jadida, who's a teacher, and she says, I earn 45,000 net. Due to SACCO loans, I only take home 22,000. I spend all of it paying rent, transport, and food. I have debts of about 450,000. I can't account for any of the SACCO loans I took. I also haven't repaid 15,000 mobile loans. My reckless spending habits are drowning me. I need help. And you see, from the analysis that the Saturday magazine of the Daily Nation, from the analysis that they did, they say that from the readers who write into their personal finance section, it shows that 90% of questions received from Kenyan women are on how to cope and get out of debt. I mean, guys, this is a crisis, a real one. And you see, in a country where loans are so accessible, just think about it. You can get loans from family, from friends. You can get loans from table banking, from your chama, from your SACCO, from your bank, from Shylocks, from microfinance institutions. In a country where loans are so accessible and also an insatiable appetite for loans, okay? And in times where the cost of living literally is just going up every day, you know, you wake up, you hear schools now are increasing school fee. Okay, your income has not changed yet. You know, you wake up, you go to the supermarket and realize cooking fat is, you know, has gone up by 200, 300 shillings. I mean, this is really turning into a huge crisis. And this is where the story really gets at. Simon Mburu now writes, this easy money lures many in times of distress, but the debt is pushing a large number of women into a trap far worse than the financial situation they were already in, okay? And hounded and humiliated by recovery agents, a number are dying by suicide. And he gives an example of a lady called Elizabeth who died in November of 2022 while undergoing treatment at a Machakos hospital. The mother of 2 had fled her home and taken poison over 300,000 that she had taken from a table banking group where she was the treasurer. Second example he gives, in July 2022, a primary school teacher died by suicide in Kandongo village in Kirinyaga. She was 56. She left a suicide note in which she explained that she had taken her life due to huge debts which she was unable to repay. She revealed that she had a lot of debt which would be cleared by her 2 sons. Okay, and already you can see now transferring the same headache even to our own children. The third example is of a 43-year-old who earlier in 2022, Victorine committed suicide near her home at Migoko village, Kachola sub-location, over 30,000 loan that she was unable to repay. So you can see this personal debt crisis is leading people to the wall, to a point where you feel I have no way out, and my way out of this situation is actually to self-harm. And what I would say is that this article is really loaded with a lot of good things. It's not just the stories that he gets to share, but he goes on ahead and he tells us that the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights shows that only a fraction of suicide cases are reported in Kenya, but their data shows that in 2017, out of the 421 suicide cases, 91 were women. Okay, and of course, even from just that math, it already shows you that then 330 were also men. So it shows you also that there's a huge crisis also ensnaring our Kenyan men. Of course, all these cases are not related to the debt, to the personal debt. But I think for me, when I read this, I paused and I was very sad, because you can already tell even suicide amongst our men is a huge crisis in this country. So I'll be doing more research. Like, I want to see what has been written about the situation that our men are in, because I mean, this is a country where a very patriarchal society still, where we still expect the man to be the provider. So if already we as women are really feeling the heat as much as we are feeling, and we are taking our lives over even just personal debt, I can only imagine the men whom I would be sure are even the majority, are even more afflicted when it comes to this debt crisis. They will also see this as a way out. Okay, but what I loved about this this article is that it actually goes in and captures the thoughts of different personal finance specialists, psychologists, who give their thoughts on why are we where we are right now. This article was really well written, very well researched, and Simon takes us through like our capitalist lifestyle, our consumption behaviors, continues to share more and more testimonials of people who are really, there's one lady in this article who actually said like her life would come to an end if mobile loans were to be stopped. Like if mobile loans were to be stopped, like she wouldn't know what to do next. He goes on to even give us the statistics on like the Hustler Fund that was launched in November 30th. Guys, remember, this was November 30th. So we can say the Hustler Fund has now been there for what? Almost now 2 months. But the statistics that he has as of January 4th this year is that 17.7 million Kenyans had enrolled for the fund as of Jan 4th. Okay, and these Kenyans had taken 12.8 billion shillings, with 58.7% of the loans unpaid. Okay, so it just continues to paint this very grim picture of the personal debt crisis that we as a country are really deep into. And unfortunately, we are just digging deeper and deeper into this hole. And this article, I'll get to share the article in the description of this story. Please take a few minutes and read through this article. It's very loaded. And what I love, other than just sharing the different stories, he goes ahead and gives ways on how Kenyans can actually start coping with debt. Okay, and these are really good measures that he puts here, you know, like how you can restructure your loans, how you can even do your consolidation, avoiding Shylocks, etc. He gives many recommendations. And he even goes to talk of how to beat debt depression, which is one of the parts of this article that I loved the most, because I love that he understands that debt depression, this is not, it is something that may even need medical treatment, you know, other than just sitting down maybe or getting your personal finance in order. It may also mean that you get to see a psychotherapist, you know, to help you work through your appetite for debt. So yes, I mean, please, this week when you have some time, click on the link on the description of this video and read through this. It will leave you, what I would say is that it will leave you more empathetic. It will help you also start identifying and first introspect. You know, if you're actually ensnared in this, you do a lot of introspection so that in this, it's still very early in the year. You know, you can start working to get out of the debts. You know, if you are really deep into a debt crisis, you can actually start working on how to get out of that. And also you'll be able to also identify these, you know, behaviors maybe in your loved ones. It could be your spouse, it could be a sibling, you know, a friend, you know, and just see how we can actually help those around us who are probably really struggling, you know, with debt. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much for tuning into the Financial Diet with me, Mama Bima. Remember, if you've not subscribed to the channel, make a point of subscribing and ringing the bell button. We come to you every single Sunday at 4 p.m. Thank you so much, and I wish you a blessed week ahead.